which we're going to accomplish this year. And it's almost the end of March, so almost 1/3 of the year has gone by. So how's it going for you? Doing all right? You're holding tough and accomplishing the things that you set out to do. I was at a meeting on Friday, and the speaker said that there's a Jewish saying that goes like this: if you want to hear God laugh, tell him your plans. And I think that's true in many respects. However, if we aim at nothing, we hit nothing. So you have to have some kind of goals and ideas out there. The Oregon Trail is about 2,000 miles long. The trail extends. It starts out like in Independence, Missouri. It winds up in the Columbia River out in Oregon. It covers 6 different states, and it took the early pioneers in the neighborhood of 4 to 6 months to travel that distance. The journey, as they took it, was fraught with all kind of hazards and problems. They had poor equipment as they traveled. There was illness they had to deal with, attacks from Native Americans along the trail. So it was a constant threat as they ventured out there. Now, perhaps you know the Appalachian Trail, because that's over in our neck of the woods here on the East Coast. That's about 158 miles longer than the Oregon Trail. That runs 2,158 miles. Stretches from Maine all the way down to Georgia, and it primarily runs along the crest of the Appalachian Mountains. And that thing passes through 14 different states. And at some points, that trail goes up 6,000 feet high. There's wooden signposts along the way. There's painted rocks that serve as markers. And there's trees that have been placed intervals along the way to guide you along the path to make sure you get to where you need to go. Now, all of us, whether we know it or not, are on some kind of trail of our own as well. The Bible tells us there are 2 major roads in life, and the choice is up to us as to which road we're going to travel on. In the Gospel, according to Matthew, chapter 7, verses 13 and 14, Jesus is preaching in his Sermon on the Mount, and he said this. He said, you can enter God's kingdom only through the narrow gate. The highway to hell is broad, and it's wide. The gate's wide for many who choose that way. But the gateway to life is very narrow, and the road is difficult, and only a few ever find it. So the important question this morning is simply this: how can I find the right path? How can I find the right